up, y'all? I'm back showing off my training here. So here I'm doing a little, I call it a boxing agility drill. I've seen this in like box gyms where they throw the rope down on the floor in a straight line and work on kind of keeping the feet wide. As you can see, this is a little clunky for me. I mean, it's something I need to work on, so that's why I choose to use it for a warm-up. So I'm working on short area quickness, kind of in a boxing stance here. And, I do a lot of shadow box and stuff like that, but this just kind of gives me, a little bit of a target, like down and back. Shadow boxing can be a little, you could do time and stuff like that, but I haven't done anything like that for a while because I've been doing a lot of volleyball drills lately, so it kind of eats up my shoulders a little bit. So then just the foot stuff alone. And also, like, I've had a little bit of a right foot thing I got from rolling my ankle in a mosh pit. This looks a little more natural, but that pushing off is what hurts. But anyway, I rolled my ankle in a mosh pit, so that ankle's a little wonky. So doing something like this where I can be a little more focused on exactly how I'm pushing is better versus just throwing punches. Sometimes you can get a little excited and I could tweak that foot a little bit. So I got to do this real isolated, real tiny movements to kind of protect my ankle. I am outside, so if you hear background noises, that is what that is. Look at that. I'm happy with that bob right there. A little bit clunky, not too bad though, but for me, again, that's pretty good from where I came from. I'm trying to develop rhythm and, like I said, short area quickness. So this is the drill I choose to do. There may be better drills, but this is the one I like, so it's the one that I do. And I'm warming up, so I'm trying not to get too fatigued. So for me to go down and back there, lost the rhythm a little bit. For me to go down and back there is a little bit taxing. So, I got to kind of rest. I'm doing 2-minute intervals here, so that was my end of my 2-minute interval. Now I'm going to get back to some rope flow because most of my stuff is real shoulder intensive. I only do a little bit of foot stuff while I'm kind of rehabbing that ankle still. So I'm working on kind of spinning while keeping the rope nice and rhythmical. I love those overhand matadors right there to kind of rotate through my back. Oh, it just feels so good to twist like that. For me, that little bit of motion, because I spent so many years just doing barbell training. Hello, that's my cat. So many years doing barbell training, that spine got real stiff. So even this itty-bitty little rotation here, every rep just feels so good for me to twist like that. And if you're not familiar with rope flow, there's absolutely numerous benefits from like crossbody movement, like because you're crossing your midline, which is extremely good for your brain and your nervous system. Then also the rotation aspect of it is obviously I think where majority of the benefits lie, because it is called RMT, rotational movement training, but then also the swinging nature. So the fact that it's rhythmical and it's swinging through the air, and there's so many benefits to that. We're rhythmical, musical creatures, so having that, and I know that is a very kind of hippy-dippy thing to say, but it is absolutely true that, I heard that in a podcast recently, who knows if it's true, but humans actually invented music before we invented language. So I really think there's some deeply rooted, comforting nature around that rhythmical movement like that. That's why I love kettlebells and mace and club and all that as well. So here I am back to my boxing stuff. So that was another 2-minute interval. So now I'm incorporating that kind of bob with that. So I'm working on bending into my knees. And like I said, I play volleyball. That's my main sport. Not like competitively in a sense, like, just recreationally, but it is of deep interest to me to improve that, mostly just for fun. It just gives me something to focus on, and it's not weightlifting. That was the thing I feel like I kind of used up competing in CrossFit and weightlifting for years. So spending a lot of time working those skills has been really helpful for my body. So here I am. I'm doing a double. These are 28 kg bells. So I'm doing 5 sets of 2 press. So that's first set there. 2, as you can tell, it's pretty rough. I'm gritting a little bit more than maybe it was difficult. I think also the sun had something to do with that, but not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. So I did press first, and then just 2 reps, and then I get right into heavy cleans. And then the next interval, was some squats, just sets of 2 on all these. Squats were tough, so I got a left hip thing. If you've watched my other videos, you know me talk about, I think I have a partial tear in my left hip labrum. I had it for years now. That's why I retired from barbell training and moved on to kettlebells. So this was an experiment. I've done this for 2 weeks in a row now. I think I am done with bilateral squats yet again. They kind of bit me again and not feeling too hot. So I think I'm going to call it one more time on those. For 1 week they were good, and then the second week I added them, I'm starting to feel it again. So yeah, just back to the good old-fashioned split squat, and then another set of doubles. So that's pretty much all there is to see. There's like tons and tons and tons of footage online of people doing double kettlebell work. For me, that was what my session looked like. So I'll throw a write-up on the screen for you, but in essence it was just 5 rounds, 2 heavy presses, 2 heavy cleans, 2 heavy squats. I don't guess I have to say heavy after every set, but 2 swings, and then 2 rows. And I did that for 5 rounds, and everything was on the 2-minute. And in the meantime, I would practice some volleyball skills and drills, and I'll probably incorporate that in the next video. So yeah, that was my training session. This is a Monday session. I'm gonna go heavy every Monday. The rest of the days are light. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, please drop a comment. Please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out. And if you're liking this content, leave a comment, let me know, and then tell me what else I can do. I appreciate you.